Tohono Chul is an oasis in an increasingly urbanized environment. It's a place where nature, art, and culture connect. It's a private nonprofit. It's actually the largest piece of private land that's accessible to the public within at least a 12-mile radius.
My folks bought this place when they were looking for a house that was bigger than what we had before because they had adopted another child and needed more rooms. It was all natural desert. You don't have any of the botanical garden aspect at all at the time we were growing up.
Tohono Chul started with a gift. It started with a gift from the heart from two people who understood that having a place for people for generations to come with nature, art, and culture was more important than money.
I don't remember the year, but what is now the Foothills Mall, the person who built that wanted to buy this piece of property to put the Foothills Mall on. And my parents wanted this kept open space, so they said, no, we're not going to sell it. And the developer told them that he would buy my mother a piece of property anywhere she wanted if she would sell this land to him. And she just said, nope. And I'm actually going to turn it into a park, which she did. I grew up here since the 1960s until I graduated from college. In the end, there were 6 kids, so I imagine it was chaotic. And we kids just played a lot. It was really fun. Of course, the desert surrounded us, so that was nice. We could just go out and be wild. We played a lot in this courtyard, all of us. There's a stairway going up to the roof over on the other side, which we used every day because we flew the flag and needed to put it up and take it down. And there was a little deck on the roof too, where sometimes we would sleep outside. At one point I remember my sister and I setting up jumps and pretending to be horses, running around. This little bench area was like this when I was a kid with these tiles. What used to be my parents' room is now the gift shop. That gift shop actually extends into the 2 bedrooms for my brothers along this side of the house. You know, now I go in and I really feel at home because so much of it is still the way it was when we were growing up.
It's really been fun to be part of the growth of this from the very beginning. But truly one of the most fun things is when we bring people for lunch at the bistro and Suzie will be telling a friend, this was my bedroom. Whoever hears that wants to hear more of that story. That's just really delightful. I think when people know that something like this came into effect because of the generosity of specific people, I think that's a great message. It's fun to help tell that story.
I think that that is the ultimate gift, so the rest of us could enjoy what is so unique and special. And that act of generosity, in my humble opinion, generates other acts of generosity. And as you go through the park or preserve, you will see sculptures that have been left for us, things that have been left for us as acts of generosity, understanding that the Wilsons gave the original amount to us.
We were brought up to think of that as our money. This was their land, and we wanted it preserved too. We did not want what was our childhood home to be turned into a mall. It would have been really, really depressing. So the kids were totally fine with it. That was not an issue. I was always worried that it wasn't going to be able to get off the ground because this was quite a while back and it was really pretty remote. Not so much now. You know, there's lots and lots of neighbors. But at the time you're thinking, how do we get people out here to actually come and see it? You know, how do we get it known at the time?
They knew that there was something here that should be shared. And they gave this place to the community, and it's up to us to continue to preserve it.